your girl G here. Welcome back to my channel. Appreciate you for tuning in. We are rounding out the weekend, you guys. Today is Sunday. Last night, Love and Marriage Huntsville came on. And it was another intense episode. Y'all know Carlos King does his thing. Shout out to Carlos King. He is on and popping. I hear he's got a new podcast that definitely is, causing some trending topics. So I think I'll go ahead and give Carlos King's podcast a look-see. I might check it out. So you guys drop down in the comments to let me know if you've been watching Carlos's podcast. I'm starting to get into a little bit more podcasts. I really like the show, the podcast Poor Minds, really cute. Lip Service, Horrible Decisions. I watch podcasts like that. Not none of this Kevin Samuels bullshit, clearly. And men like Kevin Samuels are the type that Marsaue, Maurice, and Martell listen to because they just feel like women is coming for their ass. They just feel like women is just want to be men, don't they? Women want to be men because they want to be independent and take care of themselves. Okay. I want to be a man because I want to be able to pay my bills and take care of myself and own a business and think for myself and make decisions on the way my life is going to go. I want to be a man because of that? Okay. Yeah, boy, I tell you, they just be coming for the ladies' necks. Why y'all in competition with women? People who you say are beneath you. Ain't that so funny? Boy, I tell you. Oh, Lord, I need to cleanse my energy. I need to light a candle or light my little incense sticks. Do you ever have them days where you wake up and you just feel like the devil coming for you? I kind of feel like that's going on right now. I just feel like the devil is really just coming for you, girl. Y'all send some prayers for me and my family because it's a lot, okay? Just send some prayers up for you, girl, all right? Because, it's getting a little heavy over here. Got to keep my composure. And that's why Love and Marriage Huntsville is great to watch because just when I be thinking my life is shitty, no, your life is shitty. So let's go ahead and get into the episode, y'all. So we open up with Tiffany going over to see Melody. She's got this lion's mane hair going on. Melody has this new air about her that is just definitely reading like, I know I'm on my shit. Like, we get it, Melody. Now you got this newfound, this little newfound celebrity. She's kind of, I don't know. Melody's just giving real, I know the girls want my life type situation. And like, she just carries this energy of just like Regina George. But Tiffany and her basically were talking about the pajama party. Tiffany felt like Stormy came in hot and Melody was like, well, bitch, you did too. And she was like, I did, but I tried to rectify that. Melody, put it like quite simply how I would put it, try to make up with her, try to talk to her. But if you're not meant to be friends, like, don't force it. Like, sometimes it's okay just to be, acquaintances. Hey, girl, real quick when you walk into the event, hey, girl, and, that's it. But yeah, Tiffany said she's going to talk to Stormy because she kind of interrupted her conversation with Kimmi. Then it got weird and it was just kind of like, yeah. Stormy definitely, we going to get into Stormy. I'm going to save that for when we get to that segment of the episode. So then, Tiffany ends up talking to Melody about, the book signing, because she went to the book signing. She was like, Martell invited us and we went, and, I just kind of want to get your side of things. Like, he was so sad, Mel. He was just looking so sad. And Melody was like, yeah, and I didn't know about the book signing until, a couple of days before. And it wasn't even like he asked me. He was just trying to tell me like, oh, because she was like, he read on the last episode, she said she got a message talking about, are you getting the girl's hair done or me? Like, just basically kind of already making the assumption like they was going to be there. So, Martell, you definitely shot yourself in the foot for one, because you, in the midst of trying to make Melody look bad, she's not, allowing the kids to come, because he was definitely using those words, she didn't allow the kids to come. Yes, could Melody have come? Absolutely. But she don't have to do for you no more, Martell. That's what you seem to be forgetting. Melody no longer has to compromise because she has to think about the relationship with you. She no longer has to put your, feelings first. And the truth is, she does not have to accommodate you. And it was a sense of control because it's like, you want to talk about, I get to see the kids on special days. And you really tried to use this special day as a time to manipulate the situation as in like, oh, Melody, you know what the courts, said that we're allowed to do, and if I get special days, she needs to see me on special days. And it's kind of like Martell knew what he was doing. Like, if you really wanted your kids to be there, you would have did that on a time that it was during your week. Point blank, period. Because that is the only way that you have legit confirmation and know for sure, 100% without a doubt, that your motherfucking kids was going to be at that signing, because you picked it on your week. But you didn't do that. Your kids was not the first thing on your mind. Making Melody look bad was the first thing on your mind. Call it how we see it, Martell. Melody basically told Tiffany she's not letting him control her anymore. It's a lot of women who deal with exes trying to control the situation, and they do. Okay, once men, especially if they lose a woman that they know that they really fucked up and they should have been doing right by, they will try to control her. They don't want to do right by her, but they don't want another nigga to have her, because they know she is a catch. So basically, what happened after that? Did Melody talk to her about anything else? First of all, I actually really like Melody's black, like bunt bob. I really like that. Like, I really like, it's like the short blunt bob cut and it had the blunt bangs. I really like that look. I don't know about y'all, but I liked it. But yeah, her and Tiffany basically stopped right there in the conversation. I can't remember if she said anything else after that. I think I think that was it. And Tiffany was like, oh no, they talked to Tiffany about her relationship, because Tiffany's trying to be more transparent. That's her thing, be more transparent. So she starts talking about her life and how she I basically, I guess, left her husband or her ex, cheated on her ex. I don't know. Nonetheless, Melody, bitch, you sneaky. Melody, that little sneaky bitch. Like, girl, I see you. The way she really tried to throw little jabs on behalf of Tiffany. With Tiffany would be like, he just had a lot of unconditional love. Or no, when she first said, she was like, he was just working so much, waking up at 4 a.m. to come home at 10 p.m. and we're still scraping by. I just was being selfish. She was like, oh, so you were being selfish. You basically said, deuces, I'm out. I need more money. Like, it ain't, why you gotta put it like that? Like, I basically left because I was like, nigga, I need more money. Like, no, you didn't have to put it like that, Mel. Then we get to the part where she was like, yeah, he loved me unconditionally. When we saw each other, you just knew that was a soulmate. And, I realized I should have been a better wife. Here go Melody. Translation. Aw, you broke that man's heart. Like, girl, Melody was being hella sly. Like, the way she put it. Aw, you broke that man's heart. He was just trying to love you, Tiffany. Bitch. So, yeah, Tiffany, I guess, is really trying to, move different this season, because, bitch, you got called out. You want everybody else to be transparent, but not you. That's not how that works, boo-boo. And that's why they found out about that Chambers. Okay, they found out what happened at the Chambers. They said you were stealing allegedly. Okay, I'm just saying, I don't make the news, I just report it. So moving on. So we get to Tisha and Kimmi. I don't know. They're basically at this point, I do think Kimmi sucks it up a lot to be friends with Tisha, and she has no choice but to, because as long as she's with Maurice, Tisha's in her life. So Kimmi knows, bitch, I might as well suck it up. But Tisha been looking good this season, y'all. You can tell the money rolling in, because Tisha makeup's been on point, hair's been on point, outfit's been on point. Look, Tisha got some ducats over there. Hopefully she puts some of that money in a separate secret account for when it's time to, pull up and on Marsaue's ass. When it's time to get gone, put them kids in the car in the middle of the night with them suitcases. Bitch, I hope you got that money stashed somewhere. But nonetheless, Tisha comes over and, Kimmi basically tries to reiterate or just try to get Tisha to understand what she really meant at the reunion when Carlos asked her, if you weren't family, would you be friends with Tisha? And Kimmi was like, no. Tisha, of course, got butthurt. Well, I mean, you know, we ain't even got to be friends. Like, if you want to be like that, you know, Tisha immediately, her reaction when she feels rejection is to just, like, well, we can just cut it off then. Like, that's her favorite thing. But Kimmi basically was saying what I really meant was, if I would treat it like any other situation, in the fact that if I have a big fight with you, like, you know, I'd basically just, you know, wash my hands of you. And that's what I was meaning. She was just saying, like, it would be the meaning, like, she's like, you know me, I have one situation with somebody, then, you know, that's it. I'm out. And so she was like, that's what I was meaning. Were you Kimmi though? Were you? I'm sorry, y'all. I don't buy it. I'm sorry. I don't buy it. Tisha in particular, and the way that she moves in regards to the friendship, Kimmi does not with those boundaries and those guidelines, and that's why they've always gotten into it, because Kimmi's like, you keep wanting to require things out of me that, like, you keep requiring these things out of me, but I'm not supposed to be requiring the same thing from you. Like, that's why they kept getting into it, because Tisha kept having, like, you're supposed to stick beside me type attitude. And ever since that reunion, when Kimmi admitted, Mel, we was talking shit about you, that's where it all started. Everybody who's been on Love and Marriage Huntsville since the beginning, we know it all started with Kimmi and Tisha. When Kimmi at least was woman enough to sit there and be like, yeah, Mel, we was talking shit about you. We was talking about you. But basically, Tisha felt like she should have been, you know, she should have been on mute, hush, throw away the key. But Tisha, like, everybody knows you be talking shit, period. Like, you ain't innocent. Like, you are not innocent, okay? You was Wanda J. Blige, like, boo-boo. You got your ways. But, yeah, I feel like Kimmi lying. I really feel like if it wasn't for their brother, like, being married to Scott brothers, Kimmi, with who Tisha is, in the friendship, girl, she would have been gone. Okay, it ain't nothing to cut that bitch off. Snip, snip, ho. Hey, snip, snip, ho. Okay, all right, I'm done. It ain't nothing to cut that off. All right, Kimmi would have cut Tisha off. So then she starts telling Tisha about Mel's party. She was like, by the way, like, I was kind of shocked that Keke was there. She was like, Keke? And she was like, girl, yeah, and you was kind of the topic of conversation. And she was like, wow, you know, maybe that's why Mel invited her, because, you know, me and Keke, we kind of had a falling out. Like, that's my cousin, but we ain't best friends. And so basically Tisha's like, oh, okay, we about to take this to the playground. And so now Kimmy's basically telling her, you might want to go talk to the family. So we see another segment where Marsaue, Maurice, and Big Louis, who I call a moment on the lips is forever on the hips. A moment on the lips is forever on the hips, because he is wide body, double wide, 18-wheeler, honk. Yeah, so he shows up, and of course they get to talking, and all Marsaue can say is, you have not earned the right to talk about my family. You have not earned the right to talk about my marriage. Who are you to give your opinion on my marriage? Who are you to say that I have a bad marriage? And it's just like, he basically feels like he ain't close enough to give an opinion. And Marsaue always does these analogies that piss me off. Like, if you were a dog, if they call you a dog, don't bark. If you were a straight A student, that doesn't mean you can't teach. Like, just because I lost 7 games doesn't mean I know how to win. Like, what the fuck? Like, Marsaue, shut up. Quit talking in riddles. I hate, like, wordsmiths. Like, stop doing that. Like, I can't stand Marsaue. But it's just kind of like, your issue is what Louis said in particular of, oh, he felt like they were saying, you know, they got a bad marriage. Did the words bad marriage, you know, but I don't think it wasn't like that. But Tiffany and Louis made an observation that everybody has made about your marriage, Marsaue. You keep saying, oh, this ain't TV. Yeah, y'all aren't a TV relationship, but your relationship is being projected on TV. So if he's seeing your marriage as it plays out in real life, regardless of it coming from TV, I'm still seeing that you don't listen to your wife. She's always begging you for attention. You don't stay home and take care of the kids. You don't even know that your son is allergic to peanut butter and he's damn near 10 years old, first season. You taking vacations to Africa without your wife. Like, your wife is begging you to do a vow renewal. You can't even do that much. Go up there and say a few I love yous. Like, that's all on TV, but that's your life. So if he's seeing that, and he's saying, Marsaue, maybe that's contributing. Maybe some of the things that you're doing is contributing to why your wife doesn't feel confident or can't talk to you. Because he went back to it because he's like, oh, you want to rehash it? And he was talking about the time all of the guys were on the basketball court. And Marsaue literally was talking to him and was like, oh, Tisha, she's kind of she lost her confidence. She used to be like so confident and, she's going to the therapist, and she's talking about, oh, I don't hear her. And Lewis literally was sitting there was like, well, maybe that's why she did go to therapy, because she feels like she can't talk to you. If she's losing confidence, like, what are you doing to help, combat that? How are you trying to build your wife's confidence back up? And having secrets sure ain't the motherfucking way, Marsaue. That's why Tisha is the way she is. She literally lacks confidence because you do not help her bring it back up, period. Because you always with the games, always with the secrets, always with the wordplay, always with the lack of information, always running around the dot with her. And you sitting there wondering why she lacks confidence and is it the same person that you got married to? Oh, this woman, I asked her to marry me and be there for me as my wife forever when I was 26. Like, this ain't no TV marriage, just for real. And basically, Lewis, I feel like Lewis was really just trying to make this up. You know what? I'm a bite the bullet on this one. Dog, I haven't worked my way in. I can't be able to initiate, But he did catch Marsaue ass, and Marsaue was like, just because you a straight A student doesn't mean you can teach. He like, but I'm maintaining grades though. Marsaue's always gonna feel like his ass. I'm like, oh, I don't mind no advice, but do you really? Because Dr. Francis, when Tisha got you to the therapist, Show was trying to give you some advice. Didn't look like you took it, buddy. But Marsaue, at the end of the day, just doesn't want to hear anything about his marriage because he knows it doesn't work for Tisha. But that doesn't matter. All that matters to Marsaue is the shit's working for him. Even though their marriage is literally, they're at this point, I say this all the time because I'm a child of divorce. And what I learned from that is there's a difference between being married and having a marriage. A lot of people out here is just married. Married meaning, yeah, we signed on the dotted line, but when it comes to us working in tandem with each other and moving as a unit and both of us getting out of this partnership what we asked for, that's not happening. That's what a marriage is. It's working for both of us. But married means, oh, you know what? We figured out how to make it work in the dysfunction. And you know what? We're just moving day to day. And we are just basically going day by day, figuring out how to make it work. But if somebody's always getting screwed in it and they're just staying simply because they signed on the paper and that called them married. So right now, Tisha and Marsaue are married. There's nothing like working for both of them in this relationship. And I can appreciate what Lewis said in the confessional. He was like, you know what? Because Marsaue was determined to hear him say apology. Was that an apology? Like, his ego, his pride needed to hear, he needed to hear the word I'm sorry or apology to feel like he got something on Lewis. Okay, whatever. I know how you niggas think, them narcissists. Like, they gotta hear somebody basically back down or succeed. And like, for Marsaue, he needed to hear an I'm sorry. Because is that an apology? Like, he needed that to feel like he won, like, mentally. But Lewis, like he said, Lewis was like, look, you know what? I mean, I'm apologizing, because maybe the way I said it, but I'm not apologizing for what I see, because at the end of the day, I see what I see. Like, you know what? I'm just going off of what I'm going on, observation and what you're giving me is, and just because, I might not say it, still don't change the fact I'm looking at what I'm looking at. And that's what Marsaue, doesn't want to realize. Like, what we get on TV is your marriage. So if people are saying, you know, hey, we see this, this, and this on TV, and this is your legitimate your marriage, then that means your marriage needs to be looked at, Marsaue. Point blank, period. Maurice found a way to get Marsaue to apologize to Louis, and basically at this point they did the, you know, kumbaya, let's move and shake, move going forward. There was this little scene with Maurice talking to Marsaue about the honeymoon. Now, here's one thing I did notice. I don't know if y'all noticed it, but when Kimmi was talking about the honeymoon to Tisha, and she was talking about how her and Maurice, you know, we just had so much fun. We slept in, we was drinking, you know, we was going to the clubs. Like, I saw Tisha, like, thinking, like, you could tell she was like, she wants that. Like, you could tell, like, that's what she wants from Marsaue, but he's not going to give it to her. But, like, you could just see in her eyes, like, she was longing for what Kimmi was talking about her and Maurice did on the trip. Like, go back and watch. Like, when she was explaining it, you could just see Tisha kind of looking and just kind of feeling like, you know, damn, that's what I want from Marsaue. But he ain't gonna give it to you. Sorry, you wrong nigga you married. So Martell, he goes over to see Melnika. They basically trying to convince everybody that he's got all these ventures. First it's, you know, first it's calendars, then it's health, then it's wine. Like, bruh, pick one. It's clear that you're not working towards your builder's license. You want to be in construction but not do your builder's license. One, you probably ain't got the money because I know them licenses is expensive. And two, nigga, you just don't want to study. You really don't want to do the work. Like, really to find out that the reason Holt was what it was because Melody passed the test and got the license, that is just like the cherry on top. No wonder he had to go over to Arion. He felt he wasn't big man on campus at home, so he went to Arion to make himself feel better. That's all that was. But yeah, he goes and was like, you know, we're gonna work this out. And she basically talked about how it was sad that the kids couldn't come to, you know, the book signing. She's like, you know, we can't force people to do things. But it's like, why were you telling people the kids were coming when Melody never confirmed with you that the kids were coming? Like, Martell, you knew the kids weren't coming, but you were just determined, you know, I just hope the kids come. You know, I just hope Melody allows them to come. Like, bro, we see you. But yeah, he was like, you know, he had to change his book cover because he was all naked on the front, you know, looking like a wannabe black Aquaman, bald-headed Aquaman. But it's like, also too, I get annoyed when he be talking about, oh, you know, I'm building up, and you know, I appreciate people like Melnika who know the real Martell. We know the real Martell. Oh, best believe we know the real Martell. The problem is you don't like the real Martell. You've definitely proven the real Martell because I'm sorry, buddy. You effed around on your wife for 6 years with a side bitch. Like, that is you. That is you. And not only that, you got that bitch pregnant multiple times, had multiple abortions. You got her pregnant at the same time as your wife. That's just not that's not don't judge me for my past mistakes. No, that's a character flaw. Like, that has something to do with your dignity and how you are as a person. Bruh, we know who you are. The question is, do you? Clearly not. Go back to Dr. Francis. If we go this whole season not seeing Dr. Francis, I'm calling strike. Because we know he where it's at. But he basically was talking about the party and inviting the guys, and she was letting him know, y'all got to clean it up on social media because I'm a PR, and you know, I can't be coming back behind y'all cleaning y'all mess up because y'all want to talk about linebackers and side bitches. Like, I need y'all to cut it out. And then she's like, is there anything else? He was like, you know, a few women, you know, sexy women, because that's what my wine's for. You know, just grown, sexy women. Like, bruh, women's the reason why you in this problem in the first place. You shouldn't be looking at women nowhere, okay? Nowhere towards no women, period. So we end the episode with Tisha going to go see Keke. Keke walked in that damn How to Taste the Rainbow ass top, looking like a bag of melted Skittles. Like, girl, that top and that boot combination, straight out of Rainbow. Like, literally straight out of Rainbow or City Trends. But Tisha was looking good, though. But nonetheless, they sit down and Tisha was like, girl, you was talking about me at Melody's event, like at Melody's pajama party. Well, you did come up in conversation, but I mean, it doesn't say, I didn't say nothing like, Mel said some stuff but I really feel some type of way because you talked about me. And she was like, what are you talking about? She was like, you have said some things about to Mel, and that really hurt my feelings. And Tisha's like, what are you talking about? She's like, remember that Christmas when I stayed with them? And Tisha was like, oh, okay. So I think at that point, Tisha was like, oh, so we going back to that? So do you want to put it out there or me? That's what she was like, look, I don't know what you're talking about, but I ain't trying to put your business out there, cuzzo. But if you want to, go ahead and drop your business out there, cuzzo, cuz I ain't gonna do it. I ain't trying to throw your dirty laundry out there, cuz from what the streets is talking, Keke, bitch, yeah, that laundry dirty. I'm waiting for Funky Dineva to drop his review, cuz he said they is like your ass up. They got all the tea. Apparently bed bugs is involved, the FBI is involved, and that's why Tisha felt like she had to tell Melody because, I don't know, I guess she was staying with her or something. So Tisha felt like obligated to be like, look, this is what my cousin got going on. And Keke found out, but she said that they, rectified it. She apologized. But then on one hand, Tisha, here you go, because I didn't say that. Don't you think that Mel was lying? And then on the other hand, well, I apologize for it, so are we going to move forward or not? Like, girl, which one is it? Talking out of both sides of your neck. But Keke was like, I didn't say that. I wasn't talking about you, but you was talking about me. You never acknowledged it. So she was like, man, fuck that. Like, we can just cut ties. I'm not doing this with you. We ain't going to keep going back. So Tisha walks out, talks to Kimmi, calls her up and lets her know that basically she looking at her cousin like, it ain't nothing to cut that bitch off. Snip, snip, ho. Hey, snip, snip, ho. Hey, okay. And Kimmi's like, damn, girl, did it end like that? And she was like, And here come, Keke walking out, looking like next Butch Star Queen. And she's like, who else you talking to me about? Like, and I was like, well, episode ended. So next week we gonna see Martell going over there begging Marsaue, no teeth having ass, if he can get back on Scolt. Absolutely not. Okay, do not do that. But yeah, y'all tell me how you feel about the episode. Do you guys feel like Keke was in the wrong talking to Melody? Do you guys feel like Tisha and her should make up? Do you guys feel like Kimmi and Tisha are finally on good terms for real? And guys, how do you feel about Stormy? Oh shit, I forgot to talk about Stormy and Tiffany meeting. Stormy and Tiffany met, y'all. I can't believe I forgot about that. Stormy and Tiffany met, and basically Stormy caught herself trying to make up for, how awkward things were at the party. And she was like, girl, I just really want to, meet with you for real, really kind of get to know you. And she was like, yeah, let's just say you kind of came in a little feisty. And she was like, don't put that word. No, let's just say passionate, bitch, feisty. Girl, you was coming in a little hard at Tiffany. Both y'all made the same mistake rookies do, which is y'all start coming in a little too early with your guns blazing. But she was like, I just really want to apologize for that, And so she was like, I guess they called themselves trying to get to know each other. So she asked, about Tiffany, and Tiffany started talking, and she zoned out, and she was like, girl, I didn't even hear your last 5 seconds. Like your last 5 sentences. It was this meeting with Tiffany that I knew, oh, I don't fuck with Stormy. Like, I really wanted to, y'all. I really wanted to. But Stormy is just like the way, I don't know if it was editing that like made Tiffany seem like she was talking that long, but I just don't think, like, even still, like, for you to just be like, girl, I wasn't hearing anything that she was talking about, like, and then when Tiffany asked, like, so are we good? Well, it is what it is. Ma'am, like, I thought we was cool. We were just talking. You told me about your pregnancy being ectopic. I told you about, me being 34, but really I'm 46, and me and Lewis want to have a baby. Like, she's 34. Unfortunately, Tiffany, that white side is hanging in strong, because, girl, you look a good 40. You look a good 42. But, like, for Tiffany to be like, are we good? She's like, it is what it is, and it's just kind of like, okay, well, what the fuck what we come here for then? So I'm definitely looking at Stormy like, I don't think I like you. But y'all jump on the comments and let me know. What do you guys think of Stormi? I appreciate y'all for tuning in, and I will catch you guys later. Bye.